Hey guys, it's Jenny. I just wanted to first, before I start the video, apologize that I've been MIA. I will say though that I did make this video 3 other times, but it was too dark and I really didn't want to give you a shoddy video. I'd rather wait till later and give you a better looking one. So, sorry about that. But I did get my hair done with some blonde streaks in it. I don't know if you can see in this light, but I don't know. Thought I'd let you know. Just turned 20 on Friday. So that's what I've been going through, school, stuff like that. So now for the video, we're going to do the mermaid braid, and all you need for this is some bobby pins. The amount you're going to need is going to depend on how thick your hair is, and some rubber bands. So what you're going to do is put your hair all to one side of your head. And if you're like me and you got some shorter layers, you might want to start with a twist braid, or you can start with a Lauren Conrad braid in the front of your head, just because this is not a French braided look. So usually with French braided looks, if your hair is layered, it's not as big of a deal, but with this, your layers might come out. So instead of having all of your bangs come out, it'd be easier just to start with the twist braid. Alright, and then once you've kind of got that, just so that these won't come out, you're going to divide your hair into 2 equal parts, right down the middle. Okay. And then you're going to take each section and you're just going to braid it, normal braid, but make it kind of flat on your head so that when you put the next braid next to it, they kind of blend together. So you can add a little bit more hair. Okay. I'm going to direction the braid so that it lays like this. And just going to do a simple, normal, no tricks braid. I would say start by making this as tight of a braid as you can. It's not going to be too big of a deal if it gets loose, and I'll explain why after I braid the other side. When you get to the end of the first braid, as far down as you want it to go, take your little rubber band and tie it off. Then you're going to take the next braid, and just the only advice for this is try to start the braid at the same height as you started the other one and make it as close to it as you can. So you're going to take your braid and you're going to start stretching it out, pulling them all, making it a nice fat braid. You don't want to pull it so much so that the ends fall out, but probably shouldn't be a problem. And this is why if you have layers in this, it's not going to be that big of a deal because you're stretching out everything anyway, so a little bit of wisps that come out are not going to be that big of a deal. So you can see it's gotten fatter than it was before. Keep pulling it to as far as you like. I want mine to be nice and wide. You can do this with a comb or your fingers. I think it's easier with your fingers. Once that's out as much as you like, you're going to do the same thing for the other one. So now it should look like this, okay? And all you're going to do now, that sounded really country, didn't it? Is you're going to, actually, hold on. First, before you start pinning them together, you can just take the 2 ends. You can either take out the rubber bands or you can just leave them in. Doesn't really matter, personal preference. And you're going to start taking all your bobby pins and you're just going to pin the 2 braids together. You can pin it in the front of the hair, you can pin it in the back of the hair. you're just gonna go like a weaving through the braid and then back to the end you came in on. So I suggest doing it through the back of your hair just so that it's more invisible to the people looking at your hair. And it forward and then weave it back through. And you're just going to use as many bobby pins as it takes to close the gaps in the braid. And if you got any scraggles like I do, it's easy enough to just pin it down. Okay guys, so there you go. That is the mermaid braid. It's very simple. People will be like, how'd you get your braids so big? And they're gonna think it's this crazy thing, but really it's just two braids that you've pinned together and it makes a really cool flat mermaid braid. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will try to make my next video come out a lot sooner than this one did. I apologize, but summer's coming up and that means I have more free time. Yay! So okay, there you go. Hope you try it out for school or anything really, and I will see you guys next